Good morning, guys. It's Tamara Bennett from Southern Adornments Decor. This is Friday Fab Five, where I share 5 of my favorite things with you all. And as promised, last Friday, I've got a link to the freeze dryer that we talked about last Friday that I'm going to share with you. I also brought some freeze dried goodies to kind of show you what they look like freeze dried. So if you have no knowledge of freeze dried anything, here's your educational live. Plus, we're going to be talking about a few other things like a new snack that you may want to pick up, especially if you like Mexican food or dips. What else do I have? I was like, I need to check my list. Let me pull up my little list here. We also have some new Easter designs in the shop I'm going to show you. We're also going to talk about what I use for holding my phone when I go live and a new projector that I got for Christmas. So I'm excited to share all the things with you. First off, if this is your first time watching me live and you're watching on Facebook, all you have to do is comment the word link in the comments, and it's going to send all the links to the things that I'm talking about today. So if you want to grab the dip that I'm talking about or want to check out more information about the freeze dryer, you can get all the links sent to your Facebook Messenger inbox, and that way you kind of have them there for reference and you can go and check out all the things after the live is over. Good morning, Carrie. Hi, Sandy. Hello, Linda. Good morning, deep in the art creations. It is snowing outside again. I don't know if y'all can see this, but this is the view outside my craft room window. Do y'all see that snow? It is the biggest, fattest, prettiest flakes coming down. I thought we were done with snow. I thought it was over, but apparently we're getting a little bit more today, and then we're supposed to be dry for the next several days, which I'm going to be glad of because my kids have been out of school for the last 5 days straight. Here in Kentucky, we call off school if it looks like the roads might have a flurry on them. And so there has been no school for the last 5 days. We didn't even do, what is it called? NTI, like work at home. I wish they had, because now we're going to have to be making up at least 3 or 4 of those days in the end of May when we should have been out of school. So that's kind of a bummer. Good morning, Jane. Hi, Diane. Wanda says we are getting snow too, supposed to get up to 8 inches. That's crazy to me, Wanda. I don't know when I've ever had 8 inches here in Kentucky. I think we had 6 inches maybe back in like 2013 or so, but I don't know if I've ever seen 8 inches in my front yard. Sheila says, I love the rainbow door hanger behind you. Okay, yeah, we painted that one in the Painters Clubhouse yesterday. We used a palette knife. We kind of squirted all the paints on the door hanger and then scraped them with the palette knife. It turned out really cool. And then we did splatter paint on top of everything. It's such a 90s vibe. I said, this one would be great for like a teenage girl's bedroom door. Lauren said, you didn't do NTI either. They didn't give us time to prepare to send home. My sister-in-law who lives in Greenville is a teacher, and they did NTI with their kids. So she said they had 10 days built in that they could use. So I was kind of sad that Callaway didn't do that, but maybe they didn't have time to prepare the stuff like you're saying. Lauren said in 2015, we got 15 inches, and in February and 18 inches in March. That's crazy. I don't remember ever getting that much here. Good morning, Linda. Okay, let's get started with our first item in the Fab Five list. And this is sort of a bit of a repeat from last week, but it is very, very important. Southern Adornments live tickets are on sale right now and will be until next Friday. So you have one more week to get your Southern Adornments live tickets at that $100 off price. Then we're going to stop selling them for a while, and we'll open them back up again around Mother's Day. And so, you won't be able to buy them in the meantime, but you can get them for $100 off if you buy during this next week. Why is this important? Because the price is going to be full price when you buy on Mother's Day. The payment plan right now allows you to break it down into 6 months worth of payments. So it would be like $99 a month or something like that for 6 months. And so when you buy in May, it won't be able to be a 6-month payment. I think it'll only be like a 3 or 4 months. And so it'll be higher payments if you have to break it down in payments plus $100 more. And so if you've been thinking about coming or have a friend that wants to come with you or something like that, grab your tickets within the next 7 days. I've put the link up in the video description for you so that you can go and get it. We're going to be staying at the Wilderness at the Smokies. It's a big family resort in Sevierville, Tennessee, the Great Smoky Mountains. It's got an indoor water park. We're going to be there in November. So it'll be November 15th and 16th. And so the outdoor water park will be closed, but it's going to be transformed into a winter wonderland, and they're going to have an ice skating rink outside. So that's really cool. So we're going to be staying at the Wilderness at the Smokies, and then the event is going to be held at the Sevierville Convention Center, which is connected to the Stonehill Lodge, which is up on the hill. And so if you book your room in the Stonehill Lodge, you won't even have to go outside in the cold weather to get over to the event. There's like a little breezeway you walk right through. And so that's really convenient. And it's going to be 2 days of crafting with me. We're going to do at least 6 different projects, and I've been planning those and working on making sure they are really cool projects. Plus, we've got some guest artists lined up. The only 2 guest artists that I have 100% confirmed as coming so far are Cindy Manley and Heidi Easley. Cindy is a glass and resin artist from Art Shattered. So she has been coming to every Southern Adornments Live we've done so far, and she Above and Beyond is always everybody's favorite, because I think glass and resin art is super intimidating to do at home by yourself, but doing it in a class setting where Miss Cindy is there to help you makes the process so much easier and less intimidating. So everybody always loves Cindy's classes. And so Cindy's going to be teaching a project. Heidi is going to be there teaching a painting, but also giving you guys her best paint party tips. She is the queen of booking paint parties and teaching paint parties. She used to be a school teacher, a school art teacher. And then she eventually became like a paint party instructor, and that's where her career took off. And now she coaches other people on doing paint parties as well. I've got a couple of other potential guests lined up, but I haven't gotten confirmation from them yet, so I'm not going to share those yet. Amy says Heidi has to be there in Dollyland. I know. As soon as Heidi heard that it was in Dolly's hometown, she was like, sign me up. I'll be there. When do you need me? And we do plan on doing a Dolly experience the day before the event, which is the 14th, that we will be selling tickets to on Mother's Day as well. So if you've already gotten your ticket, save up a little extra money, because on Mother's Day, or tell your family, be like, I don't want anything else for Mother's Day. I want the Dolly experience. That way you can go and experience all that with us the day before the event. Hello, Danelle, watching from Frigid, Tennessee. It is snowing here again, too. I just showed the view out my outside my window. And if you see my head whipping this way, it's because it's so pretty and I'm like so easily distracted. It's like watching a screensaver out there where it's just so peaceful and calm and coming down. It's beautiful. Sue said to get a shovel again today. It started snowing again in Southwest Michigan. Okay, Jamie says, is there a block of rooms reserved? Yes, there is a room block. So what you need to do, Jamie, is call the Wilderness at the Smokies Hotel. Tell them you want to book your room, tell them what nights, and tell them you're going to be there with the Southern Adornments Live. So you need to do their room block. There's not like a special link to go on the website. You just need to call and do it. Tanika says, did you paint that welcome sign on live? I did, but inside the Painters Clubhouse. So if you're a Clubhouse member, you do have access to that tutorial. I did it yesterday in the Clubhouse. Linda says, can our family go with us to the Dolly experience? Yes, they would just need to buy tickets for the Dolly experience through us to be able to go with us. We're going to be doing like taking shuttle. I'll explain it all later. I don't want to give away too many details, but we will be traveling as a group to Dollywood and doing things together as a group. And so if your family wants to do it as a group with all of us, you would need to buy the Dolly experience tickets through us. Otherwise, your family could just go to Dollywood while you're at the crafting event on Saturday or Friday or Saturday and enjoy that. Okay, Heather says, is there a group page set up yet? I believe so, but I don't think they've started adding people to it yet. I think they were trying to get the details hammered out before we do that. Okay, so that is all about Southern Adornments Live. You have until next Friday to grab those tickets at $100 off, or wait and pay full price on Mother's Day. Okay, next thing on my list. This is a very small thing, less than $4, and something you're going to be highly addicted to like I am. It is called street corn dip. Found it in the refrigerated section at Walmart. I was like, that lid don't look like it's on very good. I feel like I could dip anything in this and it would be delicious. It is a little heated. I don't know if they come in different heats. I've never paid attention, but this one is medium heat and it's got just a tiny bit of kick to it, but I kind of like that. I don't like hot stuff, but I do like a little bit of heat. It's got corn, green chilies, cheddar, and cotija cheese. I don't know how do you say that. For those of you who know how to say it, tell me the correct pronunciation. But it's delicious. I eat it with wheat thins. And then if we're moving on to freeze-dried items in a moment, I can tell you I ate it with some freeze-dried pickles yesterday, and that was so good. They're like little chips, so you can kind of do a scoop. And once you start it, you're not gonna be able to stop. So if you want to stay within the 2 tablespoon serving size, you probably need to spoon it out into a little bowl, because otherwise I bought this yesterday and look how much I've already eaten. Like a third of it since yesterday, but it's so good. It's pretty much like I could make a meal off of it. Tammy says, I make that all the time. It's so easy. Send me your recipe, Tammy, please. It would probably be so much cheaper than me buying it. Text me the address, please. I mean, not the address, the recipe. That's what I'm trying to say. Let's see. Amy says, is the Dolly experience instead of the VIP dinner? Yes, it's taking place of what we've traditionally sold as the VIP dinner. So it's taking the place of that. April says, where did you get it? Walmart. And it's, where was it? It was like over there near like the French onion dip and stuff like that. It was in that section. You can also add it to your Walmart pickup. Okay. Correction, like an H. Cotija cheese. I've always said cotija. That's more fun to say. Cotija cheese. Hey, Darla. Okay, next item on the list is my freeze dryer. It is a Harvest Right freeze dryer, and I should have pulled up a picture. So instead of pulling up a picture, I'm going to pull up the website so y'all can go over and see it. It is not cheap, let me just say. And it depends on the size that you get. Hold on. Present, share screen. It depends on the size that you get for how much it is. I have a medium size. They still have a New Year's sale going on, up to $300 off. I think I got $500 off around Christmas. They do run sales periodically throughout the year, and all year long they have a giveaway going on. See that enter to win right in the middle of the screen? You can enter to win a free freeze dryer at any point during the year. I think like every 3 months they give another one away. Mine is the medium. So medium means that it has like however many trays it has. As you see, this one has 5 trays in it. I think the small only has 4. And then as far as size, this thing is it's a little bigger than like a dorm size refrigerator. Like it's taller. It's probably about the same width as a dorm size refrigerator, but it's a little bit taller. But there's all different kinds of reasons why you might want a freeze dryer. Number one, emergency prep. If there's storms and stuff and your power goes out, I'm excited to be able to like freeze dry soups and chilies and things like that. And if the power goes out, all I have to do is break open a little bag of freeze dried chili, pour a tiny bit of boiling water in. We could boil water over fire, pour a little bit of boiled water in, and then like stir it up, and it reconstitutes it, and it tastes exactly as it did when I took it up, when I would take it off the stove. I say it like I've already done it. I haven't done it yet, but I've watched tons of videos. But so far, all I've been freeze drying are snacks, just because we're playing with it, we're learning how to use it. But when when we kind of get like bored of doing the snacks, I'm going to start meal prepping and doing like soups and chilies and things like that. You can also, like, I want to do a bigger garden this year, because in the past we haven't been able to like eat all the things that we produce in a garden. And so I'll be able to like freeze dry those things now and save them. That way I can use them for future recipes or eat them as freeze dried snacks. So you can eat them crunchy straight out the freeze dryer. Like if I were to freeze dry carrots, for example, I could eat them crunchy like potato chips, or I could drop them in a soup. They would reconstitute. That's what you call it when you add the water back to them. They would reconstitute, and they would be like a fresh carrot, just like they were before. So it's like it freezes them in time. They don't continue to ripen or go bad or any of that. It freezes it in time. It maintains up to 95% of its nutrients, and it can last up to 25 years if they are stored properly. Hunting and camping, that's another reason people really like to use them. Food storage, if you don't have very much freezer space, a freeze dryer is great because you can just have dry storage on your shelf. Healthy living, people use them to like freeze dry kale and fruits and vegetables and stuff like that. And then they will like puree them and put them in their smoothies, or they will drop them in like their drinks and things like that. People use it for pet food. I don't know about that. But anyway, the actual cost of these, let me find one so you can see the cost, because they are not cheap. But they are, I mean, if you think about it, if you use these properly, they are worth every penny because they will pay for themselves. Okay, the cheapest one, the smallest one right now is on sale for $2,295. So yes, it's about $3,000, nearly $3,000 for the size that I got. I got the 2800 one. It's the medium. And so the small would be like see how it only has 4 trays? I'm so glad I went ahead and got the medium though, because you don't realize like the amount that you're able to freeze dry in one batch, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Like I got one of those giant, what am I trying to say? 8-pound jars of pickles, right? And I was able to, with 5 trays, I was able to do one and a half of those of pickles at a time. And each tray makes about 1 bag of pickles. This is actually probably a tray and a half because I kind of crammed it as full as I could get it. But look, they're pickles. And so I actually dusted these with ranch. Tony says, I know a 7-year-old entrepreneur doing freeze-dried candy she has in stores. My kids have talked about it. They haven't really gotten into it yet, but I'm using it so much for my own purpose that I'm like, I don't want y'all freeze-drying candy all the time. Like, I'm busy making myself some snacks. So here's what a pickle looks like. It is, I mean, it feels like almost nothing in my hand. It's so lightweight. So what the freeze dryer does is it removes every bit of water from the food item. See how crunchy that is? Now, pickles are very salty. I wouldn't be able to eat a lot of these at one time. Like very, very salty. I saw somebody say that they did pickle chunks, and that was way too salty to even eat. And so I'm glad I did the pickle chips because they're really thin, it's not too overwhelming. Woo! It's salty, but it's so good. Let's see. You can also do marshmallows. We just did marshmallows like last week. They're light and light. You hear them? That's what they sound like inside the jar. Crunchy. My kids are snacking on these. I'm excited to put them in hot cocoa. We also did, you like my repurposed jars? This used to be a honey jar. We also did pineapple. Oh, that smells so good when you open that up. Pineapple. And so look how like crispy it is. Very flavorful. Something about removing the water from it makes everything taste so much like stronger. Like the flavors are stronger because the water's not in the product. I'm not going to open these and try them because I have vacuum sealed this, but these are bananas. Hear them? So this would be great for snacks just to eat as they are. I really like these. They do get stuck in your teeth though because they don't have any moisture in them, but they're really good. Or if you're food prepping or freeze drying for like recipes later, you could totally pull these out and make banana bread, however you want to do it. What else do I have here? I have apples. Oh, I hate bread and butter pickles, Michelle. I think that takes like a very particular person to like those. So these are apple slices. Last week, I showed you the little apple core and slicer that I used. So I pretty much pull the apple off that, chop it in half, and then there you go. These are super light and fluffy, like almost like styrofoam. I could eat the whole bag of these. My son could too. He has been. I haven't been able to keep apples made up. We've even done batches that are sprinkled with cinnamon. Okay, now for some fun stuff. Freeze-dried taffy. Each one of these, this is the Buc-ee's watermelon taffy. Each one of these is 1/4 of a taffy piece. So notice how they're about the size of a regular piece of taffy. I had to cut the regular pieces of taffy into 4 pieces. Each one swelled up to make one of these little balls. And I actually like these way better than traditional taffy because they're really light and fluffy and they kind of like dissolve in your mouth. It's very delightful. What else? Oh, these kind of got broken, but they're ice cream sandwiches and they taste a little bit like an Oreo cookie. And then last but not least, I freeze dried some scoops of ice cream. So these are, you know, the little Debbie Christmas tree cake ice cream in the little pints that they sell. They put some on sale at the end of Christmas and I bought some and I pretty much just scooped it onto a tray, put it back in the freezer to get it nice and hard. I prepped the freeze dryer by letting it get nice and cold and then put them in. Now they're like light and crunchy. And it's still creamy when you chew it up. Still tastes like ice cream, but it's weird because it's not like cold. But it's really good. I wish I could share all of this with you all and you all could all taste it instead of just watching and trying to guess what it would taste like. Okay. Questions. What do you use to vacuum seal them? I don't know if my husband bought it separate or if it came with it, but he got me a Harvest Right vacuum sealing like machine. Like it's like a little thing that like, I don't know how it works. It sucks the air out of the bag. I don't use that on things that I don't want to get crushed, right? So I wouldn't use that like on the apples that are real light and styrofoamy because it would get them crushed. But if you can't vacuum seal something, you can put an oxygen absorber packet in there. And the oxygen absorber packet will remove all the oxygen from the bag or like absorb it somehow, convert it. I don't know. I don't know how that works, but it keeps it shelf stable for years. If you're going to, like I am, like none of this stuff has been preserved to last for years and years because we're probably going to eat this pretty soon. If you eat it like within a few months to a year after freeze drying it, you don't have to do all that work. Kelly said, I love you. Compare them to styrofoam. Delicious styrofoam though. Okay. I'm scanning to see if I missed any questions. Thank you, Renelle. I did my nails last night. These are Christmas ones, actually. But some of them had little hearts. So I was like, Valentine's. Good question, Karen. Yes. Freeze drying uses cold and then vacuuming to pull the moisture out of something. Dehydrated uses hot air. And freeze drying is better because it maintains up to 95% of its original nutrients, whereas I've heard that dehydrated only does about 60 or 65% of the nutrients. Jane says, I buy freeze-dried tomato soup with slices of freeze-dried tomatoes. That is wonderful. Would it be great if I could find a recipe and make it and freeze-dry it myself? Also other soups. Yes, that would be great. Debbie says, do sweet potatoes for your dog. Best snack, and they love them. I haven't heard that. Maybe rinse the pickles with water before. That's a good idea. I didn't think about that. Dip those bananas in peanut butter. Yeah, good idea. Something fun I didn't bring to show and tell because the guys have been eating them back in the shop, but something fun that we did recently was we took miniature vanilla wafers and I took Cool Whip and mixed it with with cheesecake flavored pudding. So cheesecake pudding mix. I mixed it into the Cool Whip and then I put it in a Ziploc bag and I piped it on top of these little miniature vanilla wafers. Then I took a slice of strawberry and put on top of each one and freeze it. And it's like little strawberry cheesecake bites. And the guys love them. They've been eating them up back there. My husband this morning was like, just so we know, if there's freeze-dried stuff that you left on the kitchen table back here at the shop, are we allowed to eat that? I said, yes. If I leave things on the table, it's for you guys to eat. It's fine. Christy says, try freeze-drying butterscotch. Tamara Gregory had some in Destin. So good. Ooh, I'll have to try that. Caramel M&Ms are great. I've heard caramel does really cool because it like puffs up and bubbles and gets hard and crunchy. Jane says she's volunteering to taste test. Jane comes by the shop quite often to pick up orders. I bet Linda would taste test some too. Linda comes by. Nancy says, can it take the calories out? Unfortunately not, Nancy. What it can do though is freeze dry things that you normally probably wouldn't want to eat as a snack and make them a delicious snack. So how many of you guys are like crunchy snack eaters? You like a crunch or a chip or something? The flavor's not necessarily as important as the crunch. My mom is that way. And so I was watching a guy the other day on YouTube take carrot slices, the ones that like have been sliced with the little ridges in them. And he coated them in like olive oil. And then he poured like a barbecue dry rub seasoning all over them and then froze dry them. Is that the past tense? He freeze dried them. And then they were like barbecue potato chips. And he said they're like taste almost exactly like a barbecue potato chip. So instead of worrying about taking calories out of things, think of ways that you could take a snack you normally would eat and make a healthier version of it. Kelly says my husband's going to lose it if I ask for a freeze drying machine. Just start silently saving up. And then when it shows up, be like, I won the giveaway. Oh, I love malted milk balls. I bet I would like those too, Angie. Are there smaller versions of the freeze dryer? The smallest one is the one I showed you on the website a moment ago, and I think it was $2,200. But like I said, like that is a lot of money for a machine. But if you use it and make lots of like healthy snacks and things like this, you're going to eventually save money, right? Especially if you're growing a garden or preserving food that you normally would have thrown out. How many of us have ever made like a batch of spaghetti or chili and we just got tired of it before we finished all of it? If you freeze dry that, then you've got meals for later and you wouldn't have to like you're saving money by not throwing food out is what I'm trying to say. I wish I had had this back when we had Thanksgiving because I think we threw some food out that we could have freeze dried, like leftover stuffing or dressing or whatever. Leftover, I don't even know if we had leftover hash brown casserole. That usually doesn't get wasted. Cornbread pudding, stuff like that. Like we could have freeze dried, stuff like that. Okay, that's enough about the freeze drying. That's fun to talk about, fun to eat. But the next thing on the list that I want to show you guys is the thing that I use for mounting my camera above me when I'm going live or out like this. I actually got asked about this in the Painters Clubhouse just the other day. And I thought, I haven't shared about that on Friday Fab 5 in a while, so I will. There's a couple of different ones, and there's different reasons why you might want one versus the other. So this is the first one that I've ever had. It's called an Archon mount. It's got this little hand on the front of it, and you can rotate it around. You can put your phone in it like this, and it will prop up and video you while you're filming, while you're doing tutorials or on Facebook Live, stuff like that. And it's adjustable up and down. This little arm is totally adjustable, and it's got a nice little weighted base. So I use this one still when I'm taking photos of myself with a door hanger or recording a TikTok video or going live on TikTok. I've stopped using this one when I'm going live on Facebook because I got a new one that works better for overhead angles. So that one is great if you need something portable, something you can move around on your desk. If like I've had that one for years, and eventually I'm like, I know I need an overhead camera like set up permanently. So I went ahead and upgraded and got this one that is like a swing arm. And it is my permanent overhead setup. And so it goes over here. See how it's more like a right angle arm? It goes down and then clamps to the desk right over there. I really like this one because sometimes, if y'all remember some of my videos with the other one that has the adjustable arm, sometimes the weight of my phone would pull that arm down and then the video kept like getting off screen. It's like the camera wasn't staying adjusted exactly where I had it. So I got frustrated with that one for working exactly overhead like this. This one, because of the stronger arm and setup, it doesn't move. And now that I've got it adjusted, all I have to do is turn my phone on and go. I don't have to like spend a whole lot of time finagling stuff. Kelly says, show off your phone case. Well, you can't quite see it all. I'm the smartest mom. Did you know that? At Christmas, it's a Lisa Frank phone case. You can't even see the tiger behind it because I had to put this little thing on there. Charlie got this for me. It's some little thing they were doing at school, and she was able to buy gifts for her parents. And so she got me this. She said, you can put your credit card in it, Mom, and put it on your phone. I never carry my credit cards on my phone, but I put it on here just, to make her feel happy because she bought it for me, and I thought it was sweet. But it did cover up my little Lisa Frank leopard. It's from Temu, the leopard print cases. So anyway, if you need a phone stand for recording videos or anything like that, these Archon mount ones are high quality. Depending on which one you get, they're around like $125 to $160. They might even be a little bit more than that if you get this one. I don't remember how much this one was. But they are worth every penny. They're high quality and they hold up really well. I've used mine again and again and again. And then, and I was laughing at Renelle saying, and I won the giveaway. Yeah, just tell your husband you won the giveaway. No, I'm not a proponent for lying to your husband, but it was funny. The last item on the Friday Fab 5 list is this handy dandy little thing that I got as a gift for Christmas from my mama. It is a Kodak Luma 150 projector. me turn her on here. I don't know if it's going to matter if I turn it on, but um, see that's pretty bright, but it's got like touch buttons on top. It's got a little dial here on the side for adjusting your focus. But the coolest thing about it is that it works wirelessly with my MacBook, my iPhone, my iPad. Did I turn it off? I think I did. And so the other day, let me see if I can pull in pictures. I forgot to prepare these. The other day, I used it to paint a craft paper banner. So I designed the banner first on my iPad. Where are the pictures? Oh, they're not coming in. It's not going to let me upload them. But I designed the banner first on my iPad. And then I connected my iPad wirelessly to this little thing. And also, look how small it is. It's like perfect for travel. I connected wirelessly to my iPad, and it allows you to screen mirror. So I screen mirrored what was on my iPad screen to the projector, projected it up on the wall, and just adjusted how close or how far it was from the wall to adjust the size. So the further away it is, the bigger it can get. And I think it can do up to 150-inch like screen size. So if you need to do like movies outdoors when you're camping or something, that's great. Or if you need to paint a mural on a wall, you can use it for that purpose. If your mural's larger than 150 inches, you could kind of like do part of it at one time and then part of it at another. But I projected it up on the craft paper banner, traced the craft paper banner with a Sharpie, and then took it off the wall and painted it. And so I'm excited to have this for projects like that. Also, my husband and I took it with us when we went on vacation this past Christmas, because the little bedroom at my grandma's house that we stay in has a TV that's the screen's like this big. It's real small. And it's not a smart TV. And we wanted to be able to watch some of our shows that are on like Netflix and stuff like that. And so I was like, let's take the projector. Now, if you're going to be watching Netflix or anything that's from a streaming service, you are probably going to need either a Roku or an Amazon Fire Stick to be able to play streaming stuff through this. But all you pretty much do is hook it up to the HDMI port here, and then you can use your remote to click just like you would if you were watching a TV. So it's super handy. The reason you need the streaming stick is there's something about the copyright laws and all that and being able to stream directly through this. It's about money, something like that. But another use for this that I plan to use it for is like if I do a paint party or something and I need the ability to have like a slideshow or a picture on the wall, or to be able to like do audio visual, like where I'm painting and they can see it on a screen, I can use this instead of having to hire somebody for AV. Now, I'm not going to do that for Southern Adornments Live because we need high quality AV guys for those types of events. But I'm talking about smaller events in smaller settings where I might need something like that and don't want to have to like go out and hire somebody for something. And I don't even have to have a TV. Do you have a stand for it? I need to get one, Patricia. This was something my husband and I were just talking about. Every time I've set it up so far, I'm like finagling and having trouble setting it up to be like level and be the height that I need. He goes, you just need to buy a tripod that's just for that thing. I'm like, you're right. So it's on my to-do list because it does have a little thing on the bottom where you can screw it into a mount. I just haven't done it yet. But this thing is like $212 on Amazon. You can get projectors cheaper than that. But this one does pack a lot of punch in the ability to do wirelessly and stuff like that. So that's one of the reasons why I really liked it. Plus I love the size, and the video quality is excellent. And I needed something high quality for like I said, if I'm teaching at a paint party or something, I don't need something that's got a halfway decent quality. I need a really good quality one if I'm doing it for like a paid event. So just keep that in mind. If you can't afford to get one like this, look into getting a cheaper one just to try out. I mean, Amazon's great at letting you return stuff. If you get it in and you don't like it, just return it. But try out a projector for doing things like that. Nicole said yes to enlarge paintings for paint parties. Yeah, to like put it up on the screen on the wall and make it really large so everybody can see it. What's it called again? It's a Kodak Luma 150. It does not have speakers with it. If I wanted speakers, I'd probably have to hook those up separately. I will say that the audio quality is pretty decent considering it's coming out of this one tiny little speaker. Like I said, my husband and I were watching Netflix shows in a bedroom with it projected up on the wall, and we could hear it just fine with no issues. What other questions? Does it work with Android phones? I believe so, because the way that it connects is through Wi-Fi and screen mirroring. And so and I don't know much about Android phones, but if Android phones have screen mirroring capabilities, I would say yes. But definitely read some of the specs over on the Amazon page about it if you need more information, because I have just scratched the surface of how to use this thing. Tony says it comes in handy when tracing canvas and door hangers for paint parties too. Ooh, I didn't even think about that. What other? I was looking to see if I missed any other questions. I don't think I did. Outdoor movie nights. Yes, I love that idea, Susan. And we have a pool now. So I was like, ooh, we could even do like an outdoor pool party kind of night. That would be fun. Okay. Yes, if you want the links, just comment the word link. It's going to send it all to your Facebook Messenger so you can follow up and check everything out. But we have some new Easter designs in the shop today. That little carrot with the bow is 3D. The bow is going to be 3D, and then the Happy Easter words are 3D. And so if you want to get the 3D version, just buy the 18-inch with the 3D option. We've got a ticket shape with Happy Easter and a little bunny in the middle. We've got a pile of eggs and carrots with a little sign. We've got an egg trio with little florals painted on them. And then we've got just an egg shape with Happy Easter and a little floral pattern on it. So all of these are available at shopdoorhangers.com. The templates and blanks are 15% off until Sunday night at midnight. And if you're a Painters Clubhouse member, be sure to stack your discount code and get an additional 20% off. But that's all I got for you guys today. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. The sun is coming out. The snow is slowing down. So maybe we'll get to go back to school on Monday. All right, y'all. I'll see you next time. Go grab your ticket to Southern Adornments Live, and I'll see you there. Bye.